Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Witness and I'm your host Katrina Hussain. Today we explore that ultimate crucial question regarding the people's voice. And what exactly is the people's voice? Do people vote to have their voices heard? What are supposed to people do if the voices aren't being heard? That is the true essence of democracy, isn't it? That the people give a mandate to a political party, several political parties, anybody they choose to represent them and take care of their interests. Now, what are the interests of the people? What do they expect from their governments? And what do people believe when they cast their vote? Conversely, what do politicians expect? Is democracy the system? Is democracy part of a system? Or is democracy and the system one and the same? The whole idea behind rejecting military governments and military dictatorships is that military dictatorships are unrepresentative of the people. They are brought in by force, they dictate and rule by force, and the voice of the people is not listened to. Now, the Muttahida Qawmi movement, Altaf Hussain rather, of the Muttahida Qawmi movement has said that this civilian government is dictatorial, which basically we assume means that he thinks that the government doesn't listen. Well, if the government is not listening to its coalition partners, who do they listen to? What is the responsibility of any government? We're not just going to talk about the People's Party government today. We also have to talk about the Pakistan Muslim League N government in Punjab. We have to talk about the ANP government in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Every single political party that gets a vote has to do something. What is that crucial something? That's what we're going to talk about today. Allow me to introduce my guest in the studio. My first guest, Nafisa Shah. And I should add here that from today onwards, I'm going to refer to her as Dr. Nafisa Shah, because she just told me right before this program started that she has received her PhD from Oxford University. Congratulations, Dr. Shah. It's a privilege to be able to call you that. My second guest, joining me from Peshawar by video beeper, is Senator Ilyas Ahmed Binor from the Awami National Party. And shortly, I will be joined by Mr. Nasir Bhutta, who is from the Pakistan Muslim League N. But I begin my discussion here, Dr. Shah, with you. What does the word democracy mean to a politician?
Well, representative politics, rule of law, and rule of law that is backed by people's rule or people's will or people's choice. I don't want to use the cliche, but I guess it sums it all up, isn't it? Of the people, by the people.
Of the people, and by the people, for the people.
Sure.
Do you think that your government is operating on the principle of for the people?
If there's any democratic party in Pakistan, I mean, I'm sure all of them are, but Pakistan People's Party being the largest party and being represented in every part of Pakistan, and the recent Kashmir elections testify to that. People's Party definitely is not only a democratic party, but it has struggled for democracy, and it has struggled for democracy in many different ways, including political sacrifice, including sacrifice of its own leaders, the highest of them, and it has not compromised with the dictators.
The word phrase for the people basically really means good governance, delivering what people want. Your party is being accused by every other political party, including your ex-coalition partners, of failing to deliver on the promise of democracy.
See, that's up to people to decide. In my view, the accountability ultimately rests with the people. I will take seriously more how people vote, how people express themselves in the popular mandate. And the elections of Kashmir, and before that the elections of Gilgit-Baltistan, and then of course several by-elections, and of course we will be going into the next elections. So it's the people who will decide whether we've delivered or not. If we have delivered, they'll vote for us. If we haven't delivered, they won't vote for us. Yes, we are open to criticism. Media is there, civil society is there, and I think it's a necessary part of democracy to get criticism so that we learn from our mistakes and we try and improve our performances.
Okay,
but
crucial
under the circumstances,
words here, Dr. Shah, because when you say open to criticism. My response to that is, but seemingly deaf to criticism. When you say we are going to act on, we have not seen you act.
Okay, let me just take you to several steps that the government has taken, and that is that whenever there is public pressure, the political party or the party leadership, or they may have a certain direction in a certain policy, but there have been several instances where the government has backtracked, and I think that's where the beauty of as you said, that that
so
you are not only open to criticism, you respond to political or people's pressure. Because any democratic government should respond to people's pressure.
Okay.
And I'll take you back to the movement by the press on the issue of Salim Shehzad, where the government had, of course, agreed to a commission, but there was just a difference in modalities. Then again, the issue of judiciary, we responded to the public pressure. So we are very sensitive to pressure. We respond to it,
okay.
but that's the beauty of it. You may be. We are never stubborn. There's no need to be stubborn to. I don't think there's any competition between if there is criticism or if there is pressure, the party leadership goes before the pressure, and we are proud to do it because these are the people that we are going before.
Now, I have been joined by Mr. Nasir Bhutta, an MNA from the Pakistan Muslim League N, but I'll give him a chance to listen to the debate. First, I'll go to Peshawar, where I'm joined by Senator Ilyas Ahmed Bilor. Senator Bilor, the whole question really comes down to the same point, isn't it? That what is the difference between democracy and the system? I hear politicians using that word, democracy and the system, interchangeably. We have to save democracy, we have to save the system. Is it the one and the same thing?
No. Actually, democracy is you people have not seen democracy in this country. You people have seen the martial law and martial law and martial law in this country. Most of the time of our freedom, we have faced the martial law and military government. We have not faced we didn't had the democratic government. We had a democratic government for 18 months, 16 months, 20 months, and then removed. And those government was also being ruled by the military people, not by the I must say that the Prime Minister or something like that. You can take the case of the Kargil. The Prime Minister was not aware of the Kargil war. The Prime Minister is the head of the state. So you people have not seen the democracy, and let the democracy should prosper, and let the people should shout. People should shout. People should say whatever they want to say, and we are going to face them, and we will face them, and we will reply them, and we will satisfy them. And after that, when the election will come,
the people cast their vote. When they cast a vote for the PPP, the PMLN, the ANP, the MQM, any political party, they have a certain expectation from that political party, and that's all about delivering on promises. And what do people really want? They want their lives to be better. Do you think your coalition government has succeeded in improving the lives of people in the past 3.5–4 years?
Well, let me tell you about Maya Pukhtunkhwa, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. We got vote on three things. We got vote on number one, peace. We wanted to have a peace in this province. Number two, we wanted to have the maximum provincial autonomy. Number three, we went for the provincial autonomy and our name, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. These the promises we have made with the people, and thanks God, for the peace. I mean to say, we have made a lot of sacrifices. We are 2 MPAs, 1 MNAs, and 700 people at least leadership has been murdered by these terrorists, and we are still fighting, and we are still on that, and the people are not scared of it. Now the people are now used to, because we are not leaving our area of Peshawar, we are not running away anywhere. So that's why the people say that this leadership and second leadership and the third leadership are sitting here and giving all the sacrifices. So that's these three things, and we got our name. We got our provincial autonomy. We got provincial autonomy much more than which we ever thought.
Okay.
And I'm sure.
Thank you, Senator Bilor. That sums it up well, though. But Mr. Bhutta, your party now is really on the verge of demanding a change in government. The words haven't been expressed openly, but the subtext is clear. What exactly do you believe is the right thing to do at this point? Why are you insisting on a change in government when the People's Party coalition has less than, well, just over a year to go?
I was very much enjoying the analysis which was going to be given by Nafisa. That was that we are not stubborn and we accept all criticism, and after criticism we go on the back foot. So this is very much interesting if somebody goes on the back foot. I think instead of going on the back foot, this is very much important and significant that after criticism and healthy criticism, somebody is supposed to refine himself. And the government is supposed to refine himself, and the government is supposed to destine himself.
But
instead of having a zigzag, if you have a motorway and you have to travel, if you have a GT road to travel, why you are traveling a zigzag way? That's not the correct policy. That's not the correct way.
Dr. Shah is trying to make is that they were conceding to public pressure, and they see that as democracy.
Why? Somebody was saying about shouting, that let the people shout. And this is the meaning of the true democracy. I don't think so.
Okay,
why?
What is the meaning?
Why the people should shout? Why the people are not supposed to have a flag with them, showing the a mirror with them, showing the government that this is the situation. People are starving. The people are they need sort of solution of their problems, and the people are heavily burdened of their fiscal problems. Now those are supposed to be resolved. If the people kept on shouting, and if it is taken for granted that every policy, if the people start on shouting, it won't happen, and there will be absolutely no change, and the people and the government in the corridor.
But they have 5 years. They have 5 years given to them by the people of Pakistan.
Oh, absolutely. We salute the people of Pakistan having extended 5 years. But at the end of the day, what is wrong with the people of Pakistan? Why they are trying to mislead the people of Pakistan and to tell them this is a wrong decision by them? They are supposed to justify. They are supposed to justify that the decision which was made by the people of Pakistan on 18th of February 2008, that was correct, that was not incorrect. Why they are bent upon that? Why they are bent upon that?
Why are they bent upon that? Dr. Shah, I'll let you go first, and Senator Bilor.
I don't really understand what the point of view of Bhutta Saab. I think, as I said, we have a popular mandate, and at one point I said, I heard him say, what's wrong with the people for voting for us? I mean, so that means that, I mean, you are also casting into doubt the will of the people. And I think a true Democrat would never do that. They would accept the result of how people vote and what they vote for. And they have reasons for voting for People's Party.
I'm sorry to say that we will have to define the democracy.
But
what is the spirit of the democracy?
But to blame the people.
What is the truthness in the democracy?
Okay, we'll come to that. We'll go one by one, because there's some very important questions.
That democracy means do nothing. Get 5 years
let me come to my question.
And go back
is a part of the opposition, so he's being very healthy. He's sort of
bring it up. But here's I'll ask you a crucial question. Actually, Mr. Bhutta, first let me go to Mr. Bilor, Senator Bilor, because this is an important question. Then I will return to you, because the PMLN has very much is partially responsible for this crucial question. I want everybody to address. But Senator Bilor, the crucial question then really is, and this is where at least I see it: has good governance been sacrificed at the expense of saving the system?
Well, actually, let me tell you that till 6 months back, or till about 6 months back, I must say, that there was not a big hue and cry by the Noon Muslim League about the government, changing of the government, and they were accepting that they were saying that the system should grow and system should go for our system should not be disturbed. Now, after all of a sudden, within 5-6 months, this has occurred that the Noon League wanted to have a democratic government. And, you know, let me tell you very honestly that Noon League has not kept any friend. Now they are going for the MQM because MQM has resigned. But the word used by the leader of the opposition in the National Assembly outside, and the word used by the MQM people outside, those were not the parliamentarians' word. And a person like a leader of the opposition, Chaudhry Shah, I know my elder brother because he's a friend of my elder brother, You know, I was so shocked to hear. And then the reply from MKM side was also very harsh. So I don't think that one should be so harsh in the politics. One should be, because if you go so harsh with the politics, then it is not easy to come close to each other. I don't know now,
how much harsher can it be? How much harsher can anyone get than President Asif Ali Zardari referring to the Pakistan Muslim League Q as a Qatil League? I mean, that was pretty harsh, and yet today the PMLQ and PPP are in alliance once again. So, you know, as an outsider, as a non-politician,
let me answer. Let me answer you for that. You know, the CAF League has tried their level best to go to the Noon League, and the world, I have heard it myself on the television, that my elder brother, definitely, Bade Mian Sahab, he said that I don't care, बड़े गलत से अल्फाज इस्तेमाल किए थे काफली के लीडरशिप के लिए कि I don't go near them. But then on the other hand, when the press went to the Chaudhry Sahab, and Chaudhry Sahab has said, Chaudhry Shujat has said that itna gharoor अच्छी बात नहीं होती. No, I mean to say that now there was no other way for Mr. Chaudhry Shujat and their group to come to the People Party and join the government and strengthen the hand of the government and to make the democracy flourish. You know, it was just apparently you could see that the Noon Muslim League is trying to to sabotage or trying to do something against the government and against the system. So I think that's why the CAF League has gone to.
Senator Belor, let me take a short commercial break over here, because when we return, we got a little sidetracked here, of course, about the language that politicians use. Yes, you're right, there is arrogance, and Chaudhry Shujat saying arrogance has no room in politics. Agreed. But all political parties make mistakes. And after the break, the crucial point, of course, is a lot of criticism now coming the way of the Pakistan Muslim League N, saying that they went along with the system for 3.5 years. So why are they unwilling now to give it the remaining 1.5 years? Is it the Senate elections coming up in March next year? Or is there something else that the PMLN hasn't shared with us yet? But if anybody had an interest in saving the system, well, so does the PMLN, doesn't it? They have a government in Punjab. That is the criticism, and we'll let Mr. Bhutta respond to that. But after a short break, please stay with us. Welcome back to Witness Democracy and the System. Did the Pakistan Muslim League N, or does rather the Pakistan Muslim League N, have a vested interest in protecting the system the same way as the government does, because it has a government in Punjab? Mr. Bhutta, a lot of people now are saying that your party has gone along with, in many ways, protecting the Pakistan People's Party, even when the PPP became a minority government, when the MQM had left and the PMLQ hadn't joined. Your party stayed out of the fray, simply because your party was interested in protecting the system in Punjab. How do you respond to people who say this?
Before responding, Katrina, to your question, I would like to respond to certain queries raised by Senator Belor. Because one thing he has said, that we have lost all the friends. I believe that 180 million people of Pakistan, they are the friends of PMLN. And 180 millions of people of Pakistan, they are friends, they are allies of PMLN chief Muhammad Nawaz Sharif.
Okay, that's
today I would
optimistic,
like to,
sir.
and I want to emphasize this point of view. Now I'm coming to your point as to whether we happen to have been extending all possible support to the PPP government. Yes, we happen to have been spending. And I think we were seriously mistaken. And today we are realizing this mistake. Okay. We are realizing this mistake for all the future times to come. I don't believe that we are supposed to be either way with the government to support in any way, because now this is the right time that the people of Pakistan, they have become so much afraid of the system.
Mr. Bhutta, the obvious question is,
and we want.
What has changed between...
there should not be a change of the mind of the
Ms.
people.
Katrina gave me a time also to reply.
Just a minute, Senator Belor.
Now, if we want to make the people
Mr.
of Pakistan,
Bhutta, a simple question.
What is democracy?
A simple
we
question,
are analyzing
Mr. Bhutta.
democracy as a kind of curse.
No, I'm asking you a simple
So
question.
let it
What
be
changed?
taken for granted that democracy is not supposed to be a curse.
Democracy is not supposed to be a curse.
to be for the people of Pakistan, by the people, for the people, and for the people of Pakistan.
That's what we were talking about.
I don't know what they have got.
Okay, Senator Bilor, let's get Senator Bilor wants to say something.
They have probably lost, get lost.
Okay, Mr. Buttar, hold your thought.
That what is democracy today? The people, they are not interested in the meaning of democracy. They are interested in the meaning of deliverance.
Okay.
What deliverance is being made by them?
Okay, Senator
about
Bilor,
energy
Mr.
sector,
Buttar,
about economic sector,
we know the issues.
about political sector.
Mr. Buttar, let Senator Bilor respond.
Yes, they are gaining.
Yeah,
they are having, to some extent, they are having strength in the National Assembly. They are having strength in the Senate.
Okay, but Mr.
And
Buttar, you have to
they are expecting that strength in the month of coming March.
Okay, Mr. Buttar, you have to let Senator Bilor respond.
Until they resolve the problems of the people of Pakistan, how they can be said to be.
Okay, I'm beginning to feel like Dr. Fahmida Mirza. You have to let Senator Bilor respond. Senator Bilor, you're trying to say something now. Obviously, the question really is.
Well, my question and my answer has been already given by the Mr. Bhutta also, that he warned that we should not have a March election, and that's all. The only problem, after 3.5 years, they just woke up that they are doing wrong. 3.5 years they were doing whatever they were doing. After 3.5 years they woke up and they said that we were doing wrong. You know.
We'll come to that.
Yeah, they just woke up and they said that we are
setting.
Let me finish it. Let me. Bhutta Sahab, I have not interrupted you.
Directionless for over a period of 3.5 years.
I am not interrupted you. Don't interrupt me.
1.5 years again.
Okay, Senator Bilor.
I have not interrupted you. You don't have to interrupt me. You don't have to interrupt me. Please, you please keep quiet.
Okay, please carry on.
Carry on, Bilor sir.
Thank you very much. The thing is that after 3.5 years they came to know that we were doing wrong. That is, first of all, you see the capability of the people who just saw after 3.5 years that they are doing wrong. They were quiet and they were doing everything whatever the government was saying, and they wanted to take up this government. Now they are worried about that the March election, they want to do something before the March election. They are planning, all that planning is that the March election is going to give us a seat. The March election, you are also having a seat, you are also bringing a seat from Punjab, quite a number of seats, Mr. Bhutta Sahab. So
yeah,
then at least this election was for 5 years. Let it complete the 5 years. The next 5 years when you win it, and it will be your game, and you will be delivered then, and we'll see how do you deliver. And first of all, now everybody is talking. No, I beg you. I beg your pardon. Everybody is talking. Yes.
The question basically, sir, is the fact that one of your colleagues, Senator Zahid Khan, made a very surprising statement in which he accused the government of misusing the Benazir Income Support Program funds, the BISP funds. He said that they're being misused, that they're being used as tools for the elections. And this kind of statement has come from other people, but it's coming from your colleague in the ANP. And I'm hearing other voices of discontent from the ANP as well. Is the Awami National Party now beginning to feel very isolated in the coalition government?
I mean, we are isolated. No,
I'm asking
sorry.
if you feel isolated.
No, we are not isolated and we will not be isolated, and neither, whenever we make an agreement with somebody, we make the agreement without writing any agreement. We just say yes and then it is yes always. We were a coalition with the Noon League and we remain the coalited party. There were 33 MPs from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and there were 33 from Noon League. We gave them a chief ministry, and with one thing, with the commitment by the Honorable Mian Nawaz Sharif that yes, Pakhtunkhwa, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, no Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Pakhtunkhwa name will be given to you. And that was a commitment. We have on only 2-3 people. Then I just told Mia Sahab, the person who was very much against the Khyber name of the Pakhtunkhwa, he left and joined Kaf League. The very first day, he left and joined Kaf League, and he was with the Kaf League.
So I mean to say, question about why Senator Zahid Khan has criticized the misuse, what he says is the misuse of the BISP funds.
Must be his own personal opinion. I don't know. The party line is not that. I don't know about that, and I am sure that party line is very confirmed. And secondly, I tell you that you people are talking about the education and all these things.
I want to give Nafisa also. Nafisa, you haven't had a chance to respond to any of these things.
Give me 2 minutes.
For a long time, Nafisa hasn't spoken. The real issue over here isn't it that what Mr. Bhutta is saying, what Senator Bilor also says.
Please give me 2 minutes.
I'll come back
I
to you.
want
I
to
just
say
want to
only
get
one
Nafisa
thing
in the
that...
conversation. Yeah, please. Okay, carry on.
I mean
Senator,
to say that you people are talking about education and all that. Why don't you see that what the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is facing? What a big terrorism we are facing. There are 700 schools has been demolished of the girls. There are so many schools of boys has been demolished. Just see about us and just look toward us that what we are facing, and you don't talk about anything about the terrorism, and you talk about all other things. Why don't you give us a credit to face all this terrorism which has been created by the previous government in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? Thank you.
I agree with you, Senator Bilor. Our heart bleeds for everything that not just your province, mostly your province, but being suffered by everybody around the country. Our heart bleeds, of course, for each and every victim of terrorism. And I don't say that lightly, but Dr. Shah, really the question is also that the people's problems are aggravated by the failure of the government to deliver basics that every citizen of the state of Pakistan has the right to expect.
Katrina, thank you. That's a very general statement, but let me respond to what Bhutta, the honourable member Bhutta Sahab has just said about PMLN's concerns and why the change the world to face. Now, let me. I'm extremely concerned by the PMLN's attitude, that this change in their attitude, and I will point out the fact that they and Pakistan People's Party leadership, namely Shahid Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto, signed on the Charter of Democracy, and in that they both committed that they would not support or they would not enable turncoats in any way or use their votes to get strength. But this is exactly what they did in the Punjab. I'm also extremely concerned by the way they behaved in the budget session. That was again something that is potentially again destabilizing for this kind of noise. I mean, it's in bad taste. It's in bad taste. There were other ways.
Many other things in bad taste happening in this country. And that was at least entertaining.
Well, this is not how democracies should function. I don't think that even, they got widespread criticism, not just from us, the affected party or the affected government, but also from, the civil society and the press, because this was not. And then we responded by turning the other cheek, and we said we'll be okay in Punjab. And then the third thing, which is again, I think is something extremely concerning, is the PMLN's recent attack on the armed forces in a way that tries to drive a wedge between the civilians and the military, and this is the last thing we need in the current environment. So, I mean, when we talk about democracy,
reversal here, isn't it? I mean,
no, it isn't. It is. You see, the Pakistan People's Party fights dictators, whether they happen to be generals, whether they happen to be bureaucrats, whether they happen to be. We fight dictatorship as a system. But when you have a civilian mandate and when you have the armed forces following the civilian leadership, there is no need for that kind of an attack, especially at the time when you're calling for national unity, when you're fighting a very difficult war, when you're facing even internal insurgencies. And that is why I think one expected more from PMLN leadership at this stage. I do concede that there was a lot of maturity in the first 3 years, but right now there seems to be a little bit of impatience. Even the current response with Kashmir elections is regrettable, because what we saw in Punjab was regrettable.
Your own coalition partner walked out on you because of that.
But you see, it had nothing to do with what we did. The elections were postponed because of law and order problems.
They say that they will
happen. They will. You see, if the MQM is claiming the right on those seats, there will be elections. They will have a chance. And if they are upset, we'll try. You see, there is no aggression from the ruling party's side, and that is because we've learned bitter lessons from the past, that we will not be a party to any destabilizing agenda that anybody may have. Because if somebody shouts and I shout back, it's not going to help. So we have to be cool and calm and try and, you know, win back our friends.
Okay.
And that kind of conciliation was even open to PMLN.
Is it still
but
open?
The PMLN, well, for democracy, yes, all routes are. You
Okay,
know, there are no closed doors as far as we are concerned.
Okay, I'm going to take a short commercial break here. When we return, the crucial question that Dr. Shah has asked, as has Senator Bilor, we'll get Mr. Bhutta to answer that. Why now? Why has the PMLN taken up the subject now? What was different on January 1st this year and what is different on June 30th this year? What happened in 6 months? We'll return after a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Witness. In this last segment of the program, we're going to quickly take a look at what has been happening in the country just for the past 6 months. On January 1st, the Muttahida Qawmi movement walked out of the coalition government, saying that it was not going to be part of the government because of the increase in petrol prices. The government wooed them back. The Pakistan People's Party wooed back the Muttahida Qawmi movement, but that was a time when the Pakistan People's Party government was a minority government. It did not have the numbers. If anybody had called for a vote of confidence, did not have the numbers at that time to hold its government together. At that time, the only coalition partners were the ANP, the Pakistan People's Party, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the JUI was there, or maybe not, I'm not certain. But the PMLQ joined the People's Party coalition after that, and now the Pakistan People's Party has pretty much undefeatable numbers in the National Assembly. So, Mr. Bhutta, this is a crucial thing, isn't it? Why has your party suddenly stepped up this campaign in an effort to remove the People's Party government? Because we don't see how it can be done through a democratic process short of street agitation. What exactly do you believe needs to be done to remove this current government, and why?
I think, Katrina, that for this process, the nature is making the headway in this regard. First of all, the resignation of the MQM, and subsequently, I think there will be a very good change in the atmosphere of the Parliament as well, when there will be a collaboration between all the stakeholders and the people who are really in the opposition. Who are really in the opposition. It will be a headway, I think so, as far as this question is concerned.
My other question is, what was different on January 1st and what is different today?
I think in January 1st, you mean the coming one?
No, the previous 6 months ago. Yeah.
Having gone, I think that could have been much easier as far as we are seeing it today, because now 1.5 years is left, and sometimes the people who are in the Parliament, they won't feel that perhaps there's some struggle beyond the Parliament could be taken, that could be either way fructified.
Why not let the People's Party coalition government complete its term and let the people of Pakistan decide in the next election?
We let them actually to complete the term, but they are not going to complete their term. They are falling with their own motion. Okay. They have become actually of the view that probably they are having a grace period, and they are jubilant of the way that since they have already completed a much period of time, 3.5 years, so this is an added advantage for them. And for 1.5 years, they are enjoying a grace period. They are not answerable to anyone.
Okay.
If they would have felt that they are answerable to someone, then they would have.
They are answerable to the people of Pakistan.
They would have certainly. Now I'll come.
Okay, briefly, sir, because I'm out of time. I need to give both my other guests time.
Now I'll come certain questions. Number one, what Nafisa has said about the COD. I didn't want to touch this question because this is a very pathetic story. What happened with the COD, and who caused the first blow? And everybody knew that when the COD was signed, within a period of 15 days. Who sat with the general? To discuss? Now the second thing, who said that the flag of Pakistan will be hoisted on the house of the Chief Justice of Pakistan? So on that particular point, what happened? That in spite of all efforts, in spite of the declaration, Dubai Declaration, Islamabad Declaration, Lahore Declaration, ultimately it transpired and it was said that this is not Quran or this is not Hadith.
Okay.
So ultimately the people of Pakistan came on the road, and the constitutional persons who were not on their seats, they were brought on their seats. So if they want to take the credit, I congratulate them.
Well, that's it. I have to admit, one thing we'll have to give them, any political party, a military dictatorship would have cracked down, the People's Party backed down. I think we have to give them at least credit for that much. We saw what General Musharraf had done. And the People's Party did back down under pressure. We have to give them that.
Responded to people with
I would not say that they become.
I just wish you had waited that.
I would not say that they became habitual.
There's always a right time.
I would say that they have developed a habit.
They've developed a habit.
It's good to respond to people.
Can I give you the difference about the 1st January and 30th of June? Can I give you the difference of that?
Please do.
Katrina. Can you
Please
hear
do,
me?
Senator Belor. Yeah, we can hear you.
Should I give you
Please
the difference?
Please give us your... Yes.
Yeah, my analysis are only one thing, that the Noon League in January and in March and everywhere up to April, May, they were quiet and they were happy and they wanted that the government should be completed. When Kaf League has joined People Party government, then the crash came in the mind of the Noon League that the people of the People Party and the Noon League, Kaf League people jointly fight the election of the Punjab so that they can win a lot of Punjab seats because they have got a good fighting horse with them, and with the People Party help, and the People Party has got a fighting horse with them, with the Noon Kaf League help, the Noon League has got a jerk that they both can together, they can, why all of a sudden within a month time after meeting the Kaf League with People Party, all of a sudden they have changed their mind and they came on the road and they keep on giving a statement, as Nafisa said very rightly, that giving a statement.
Senator Belor, very good point. I'm running out of time. I'd like to give Mr. Bhutta a chance to respond. Mr. Bhutta, good point there. You only became antsy when the PMLQ joined the PPP.
I think that Senator Belor is absolutely incorrect for the reason
it makes sense.
We are very much rather happy that the PMLQ has joined the PPP and the PPP has joined PMLQ. Both have smashed themselves.
Oh.
And in the public and in the people of Pakistan, whatever was available, there was they were responding to us in a way that perhaps we are not the real opposition, and they were boasting that they are the real opposition. Now they have become the part of the government.
Now you don't want to save the system
anymore.
They
have become the part of the government. Now they will have to shoulder the responsibility.
Yeah.
They will have to answer. They will be answerable to the people of Pakistan.
So you're not interested in saving the system anymore.
So you will be answerable to people of Pakistan, Punjab, regarding the Punjab government.
Let all the entire
30 seconds. I'm out of time. 30 seconds, Nafisa.
I just want to take you back to the President's speech where he offered Mia Nawaz Sharif a lesson in politics.
Is that
present
when he
politics,
and
I would reiterate that from his side, that this is the time of coalition politics and coalition building. You cannot go solo in Pakistan or Pakistani politics. You have to make alliances, you have to make friends, and you have to leave openings for, dialogue. Is
that the same speech in which he called Nawaz Sharif, Maulvi Nawaz Sharif? That was very conciliatory.
I think I'm referring to that, and he offered him a lesson in politics. And I think this is what I would reiterate today, that really Mia Nawaz Sharif and PMLN needs to respond to the times.
Okay, we are out of time.
With the speech of Zardari that Nawaz Sharif is a Maulvi, more than
he meant a mindset.
More than
it wasn't Maulvi as a physical Maulvi.
People who are Maulvis now, they have become
so
the chanting supporter of
should take it as a compliment.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We're going to have to leave it there. I'd like to thank my guests, Dr. Nafisa Shah, Mr. Bhutta,
Nawaz Sharif government will make collaboration with the Jamaat Islami.
A lively and interesting discussion indeed, but the real issue at the bottom of all this is Pakistan heading towards a general election? That is a question that is being asked by each and every person right now. Again, the real point is, and I think Senator Ilyas Birol may have scored one off Mr. Bhutta here when he said that the PMLN became antsy and nervous when the PMLQ joined up with the People's Party. But the MQM's decision to resign and possible indicators that a joint coalition opposition force may be developing is what has the Pakistan People's Party nervous. But we here at Witness believe that the stronger the opposition, the healthier the government, the healthier the country. Katrina Hussain saying Khuda Hafiz from Islamabad.